Good morning. After a grueling 3-week hiatus, we are finally back with more Pocket Monsters. The episode opens with the crew inspecting the gem turtle. But no one has any idea what the heck this thing is except maybe Grandma Liko. As well, in a submarine, the explorers are plotting their next move on the Volt Tacklers. Amethio holds a conversation on the mission, but being angsty and refusing assistance, hangs up. So, the newly revealed members Sango and Onyx appear and are dispatched to retrieve the pendant. It turns out Liko's grandma lives in the middle of nowhere. So Liko, Roy, and Freed are guided through the forest by her grandma Squawkabilly. And there's even a hidden passageway to get there. It's here that I'm starting to think that grandma must be very interesting and/or very secretive. Acting independently, Amethio and his crew continue tailing Liko. Oh, and by the middle of nowhere, I mean she lives in a huge castle! Yeah, Liko definitely has a trust fund. The castle is also guarded by plenty of Pokémon. Some live in the forest, and others live in the castle with their grandma. Liko's grandma finally does appear in quite the regal way. Meet Diana. Anyway, Spriggy still greets her with a slash, just like her granddaughter. But okay, it's so dope that her house is filled with all sorts of rare Pokémon. Hooray! Galar representation!
This goes a long way in showing Diana's experience as a trainer.
Liko explains how this turtle pops up here and there, and her grandma identifies it as Terapagos, but that's all she seems to know about it besides it being connected to Lucius, which is sort of unfortunate. But elsewhere, the explorers are closing in on them, and fast. We're then treated to an unexpected but appreciated flashback of her grandma. Turns out, Diana discovered the pendant and the story of Lucius when she was really young. From there, it inspired her to pursue her own adventures and explore the world to unveil his mysteries. And we also learn the explorers have actually been pursuing the pendant for a minute. After the backstory and while her grandma's inspecting the ancient ball, Liko's Pokemon seem to sense something and start acting erratically. Once again, the name Rocco is mentioned, this time by Diana. A few moments later, Freed then spots Amethio just waltzing in and instinctually starts a battle. Looks like the explorers have made it to the castle and the stage is set. The episode then ends on a cliffhanger, with Liko's Pokemon, notably Terapagos, having a strong reaction and possibly even connection to Amethio. This was a decent exposition episode. Grandma Liko was cool, and obviously so was living in a castle in the woods. I'm also really enjoying how in-depth we're getting with Liko's family. It's a welcome change of pace. Although it's too bad that we're still in the dark on Lucius, I'm very interested in this hint that he could have some kind of connection to Amethio. Next week seems to be where it's at, so I'd say this week's episode gets a C.